One of the worst movies ever made, huh? It's a pretty tall order. Good thing I have a sponsor for this video. Thanks, Squarespace. That's right, Squarespace. It's the start of a new year, and if you're planning on finally launching that new business or just want to show off your passion, Squarespace can help you do it. Whether you're into photography, painting, cooking, or hey, maybe you're just into nerdy stuff like me, you can build a website to market yourself with Squarespace's easy-to-use design tools. There's dozens of ready-to-go templates to choose from, you never have to download, upgrade, or install anything ever, and you're reformatted for mobile devices automatically. You can also use the surplus of marketing tools and analytics Squarespace gives you access to, so you can see where your site's visitors are coming from, how long they're staying for, and what pages are the most popular. So if you're interested in joining the thousands of other people who've used Squarespace to make their dreams a reality, just go to squarespace.com/BrandonTenold and sign up for your free trial. Then when your site's looking good and ready for launch, use the promo code BrandonTenold for 10% off your first purchase. Alright, let's get into it. The movie I'm going to talk about today is considered one of the worst ever made. I've only ever done a few of those on this show. Well, only a few famous ones anyway. There's a couple I've done that should be considered some of the worst movies ever made, but this is one you might actually see on some lists of the worst movies. So let's see if this one is so bad it's good, or so boring it's bad.
A World War II boy, boarding battle wagon fighter.
Zaat is a 1971 monster movie from Jacksonville, Florida-based filmmakers Don Barton and Arnold Stevens that mostly languished in obscurity for several decades until it was memorably riffed on an episode of Mystery Science Theater 3000 under the title The Blood Waters of Dr. Z.
Typical male sitting in his chair playing with his rod.
From there, it was catapulted into the ranks of worst films ever made, earning a place on the IMDB Bottom 100 list, and even today, it has a lower rating than a lot of the worst movies I've featured on this show. So is it as bad as people say? Let's find out. So the movie begins kind of like an old nature documentary about fish, although I'm not sure what the narration is talking about.
Sargassum, the weed of deceit.
Okay, I don't know what the hell sargasm is, but it sounds like the name of a 70s porn that I'd do the narration for. And take it easy there, movie. I can get to some Jaws ripoffs later.
O mighty scorpion, dangerous beast of the ocean, with your powerful daggers and your camouflage.
You know, I can see why they got David Attenborough to narrate these Planet Earth documentaries. The original guy was a little creepy. The movie also prepares us for how fast-paced it's gonna be by showing a guy shuffling around aimlessly while the opening credits play, although this is still a step above Manos the Hands of Fate in that there actually are credits here. Okay, just be cool. Don't let anybody know you just shit your pants. Try to walk normally. Your pants are dark, so they probably can't even see it. Did you enjoy that shot of a guy slowly walking from place to place? I hope you did, because there is going to be a whole lot more of them in this movie. By the way, director Don Barton had experience mainly making industrial how-to films, and boy oh boy can you tell, because this movie gives you every little detail on mundane things like this guy walking to his lab, going up the stairs to his lab, and turning on all the equipment in his lab. If you've ever been watching a movie and thought to yourself, wow, I really wish this had more establishing shots of places I've already seen a million times, then this is the movie for you.
The formula they all laughed at.
I'd say they laughed at the movie more than your formula, pal. Despite looking like the type of person who would normally sweep up a place like this guy is actually a scientist called Dr. Kurt Leopold who's developed a chemical called Zaat that can mutate sea life, and plans to use it on himself in order to combine his DNA with the deadliest predator in all of creation, the catfish. That's right, a catfish. They showed a shark earlier, and out of all the sea creatures this guy could have turned himself into, he picks a catfish. It's like if Peter Parker was bitten by a radioactive dung beetle. And using his mad scientist vision board / Mayan calendar, he plans on taking over the world. Somehow. And do you know what his first step is gonna be? Oh, good. They showed him turning on his equipment. I'm really glad we saw that. Excellent. Once I put my plan in motion, I'll go from dad bod to catfish bod. Alright, look, movie, I know this is shot like an old sex ed film strip, but that doesn't mean it actually has to be one. No. Oh, okay, good. Thank God. Alright, time to take a dip in the old mutagenic hot tub. And once the good doctor's chemical works its magic, he's soon transformed into... a rejected Ninja Turtles villain. Actually, that might be a little generous, since I think even the next mutation had more convincing suits than this.
Nothing at all like the catfish. But it's beautiful.
Well, if you say so, pal. Alright, look, I know this movie was made in 1971, so it's unfair to compare it to stuff made today, but this monster suit looks like it's straight out of a 1950s B-movie, and the ultra-bright daytime photography isn't doing it any favors. What I'm saying is that this is one movie that would seriously benefit from being in black and white. In fact, you know what? Let me try something here. That's a little better, I guess. Anyway, after transforming himself into the creature from the Whack Lagoon, the Doc puts the next phase of his plan in motion by Febrezing the Florida Everglades with his Zaat formula. You know, I just realized, other than Dr. Leopold's narration, we haven't heard anybody talk in this movie. Are there any other characters in this?
We had walking catfish around here a long time.
Well, you're the one who reported it, Chair.
Yeah, I know. Folks been bugging the hell out of me.
Okay, nice to see the sheriff from the Roger Moore James Bond movies make an appearance. And brace yourselves for what happens next. Oh, hey, they showed him going back to his lab. It's a real good thing, too, otherwise I would have had no idea how he got there. Congratulations, Doc, you've conquered Florida, even though you totally didn't. Oh, and he wants to get revenge on a guy who said his experiments were ridiculous. Okay, so he's gonna murder a guy for the crime of being right? And if you think the filler scenes are just limited to the doctor walking around...
Don't you have anything better to do? Like playing checkers or arresting bootleggers?
Nope.
They are gonna get this movie over 90 minutes if it kills them. Anyway, while the Doc continues to do his thing while more nature stock footage plays, if you're planning on taking over the world, you should probably, I don't know, kill some people or something? Let's see you laugh at me now. Wait, what are you doing? Stop laughing! Oh shit, he gently scratched her to death. And don't worry, this guy's fine. See, look, he's still breathing.
But that looks like a claw mark.
No, couldn't be. How about a fish bite?
That's ridiculous. It's probably a bee sting.
Hell, man, I ain't no scientist. It's probably a bug going around.
See? The sheriff agrees with me. Alright, so Dr. Leopold says he wants to take over the world, and so far all he's done is kill one family out on a fishing trip and ruin this guy's net. Humanity doesn't stand a chance.
Well, this place is about to get to me. Sheriff Krantz is getting more calls day by day about the damage that's being done by these walking fish.
Wait, there's more of these things in Florida? The reason the characters keep mentioning walking catfish is because originally there was going to be a subplot about the catfish growing giant-sized and terrorizing the countryside, but it was cut because the effects were deemed too hokey, which must have meant they were really hokey. However, one shot did make it into the movie, showing a giant catfish going through a fence, so if you've ever wondered what a catfish kaiju movie would look like, here you go. Not only that, but I think Dr. Leopold's become a slasher movie killer. Once again, though, Dr. Leopold proves to not be as evil as he seems. For example, instead of killing this guy, he just makes him take a nap. And guess what? Zaat isn't the only ridiculous acronym in this movie. With so many murders going on, the local authorities have no choice but to call in some outside help in the form of a paranormal research group called InPit, who come complete with their own Farrah Fawcett and Lee Majors. Maybe they can figure out what the hell is going on here.
What do you think, Walker? On the surface, it looks like an animal, like a cat or an ape.
The monster doesn't look like either one of those things. Or a catfish, for that matter.
Walker has to look at all possibilities. Now, he's come up with an idea. I think makes a lot of sense.
He thinks the murders were caused by some kind of rabid Bigfoot. Even though this movie's rated PG, it is a 70s PG, which means there's a chance we might get some nudity here, and possibly a catfish rape scene. Okay, come on, movie, I was just kidding! And what the hell are you doing, Doc? You're not supposed to make a bride for yourself until the sequel. Which this movie is definitely not gonna get, so yeah, better do it now. Unfortunately for Dr. Leopold, his experiment fails when the producers realize there wasn't enough in the budget to make another suit. Hey, don't worry about it, Doc. Maybe your instant filet-o-fish machine will work better. Nope, that fails too. I will give this movie credit, it does keep coming up with inventive new ways to be slow and waste screen time.
Wait, do you think we ought to just go try and just check it?
No, it's all right. It'll work. You know, something happens, but I don't really think anything's gonna happen.
Even the characters are saying they don't think anything's gonna happen. Well, I don't think they need to be too worried about old Catfish Face. Like most sea creatures, he can be defeated by a net. Damn, if only they had a plastic straw handy, they could finish him off for good. Oh well, at least the filmmakers seem to have finally figured out that this suit looks better when it's dark out and you can't see it that well. Squint your eyes and this could almost pass for a Don Dohler movie. Alright, now listen everybody, I can't confirm if there's a killer catfish man roaming the streets right now, but if there is, rest assured that he is going to be caught, deep fried, and served with tartar sauce by tomorrow morning. Whoa, what the hell? An actual moody looking shot in this movie? Take it away!
Take a look at these.
Even photographs ugly.
Well, that's probably because it's not a very good suit. And see if you can guess where the movie goes from here. That's right, they show him going into his lab. Again. Also, you can't really see it in my copy, but in some versions of the movie, there's a shot that shows the actor in the monster suit wearing sneakers. And honestly, I kinda wish they did that in every shot of the monster. The suit already looks ridiculous, might as well make the actor more comfortable.
All other humans will be conquered. I will not be stopped.
I don't know, dude. It seems to me like a net can trip you up pretty bad. At this point, the doc decides to make the in-pit lady his bride, and I'm glad the editing showed me that that little doodle he made is supposed to be her, since he apparently thinks she's a brunette. Anyway, what are the other characters doing?
The lab closed down after the war. I used to go out there and check it from time to time. But then an old doctor named Leopold, he used to work out there.
Oh, never mind. They're just busy killing more screen time.
Do you think the monster's a catfish?
Oh, I don't know. To me, he looks more like a low-rent version of the Fluke Man from X-Files, but I guess he could be a catfish. And speaking of potentially having parasitic worms, okay, just be cool. Don't let anybody know you just shit yourself inside the suit. Try to walk normal. The material's pretty thick, so they probably can't even tell.
The pain.
Wait, does he actually have diarrhea? Well, not to worry, Doc. Hopefully this place has some Pepto-Bismol for you. Or better yet, break into the prescription stuff and get some Vicodin. That way you can forget about the pain and the fact that you're in this movie. Okay, guess it wasn't strong enough. You'd think with all the murders happening in town, the cops would have something to do, but apparently not.
Go ahead, Sheriff.
It's all quiet on the west side.
Thanks for the update, Sheriff. Even though I joked about the monster being a slasher movie villain earlier, he starts acting like one when he spots two horny, let's say teens making out. Well, still no nudity, but we do get a pretty generous helping of some 70s PG blood. You know, instead of just sitting in your car, maybe you should be patrolling around, Sheriff. Even if you don't find the monster, you might find something else, like a folk rock concert?
All my life. Well, people told me I should follow.
Oh my god, it's worse than I thought. It's not just the catfish, but the damn hippies are invading too! Oh well, while I'm here I might as well listen. It's not like there's a killer on the loose or nothing. By the way, I'm not joking. At this point, the movie actually takes a break for a musical number.
Well, you think you're a hungry child, but you found out what enough make you free.
Can we we go back to the killer catfish man? Apparently the doc isn't a fan of James Failer Here's music either and splits, so it's up to the sheriff to take care of him. Alright, you damn dirty hippies, you're all going to jail for your crimes against music, and for killing more screen time. And speaking of killing screen time, see if you can guess what the main characters are doing.
I think I'll turn in while it's still quiet. See you in the morning.
Okay, pal. Good night.
That's right, they're still busy doing nothing. Look, Sheriff, I don't know where the catfish man is, but he's probably not in the woods from Pod People, even if he does look a little bit like Trumpy.
Sheriff, this is the most sensational story I've ever covered.
Oh yeah? What was the last story you covered? Things? Whoa, easy there, fellas. At least wait until the movie's wrapped before you bust out the cocaine.
But why would a monster need drugs?
Hey, he's gotta make it through this movie too. There's still 25 minutes left. Eventually, the main characters figure out that the killer fish man on the loose might have something to do with the local scientist who was trying to turn himself into a fish man.
Sounds like something old Doc Leopold might try. Was trying to turn a man into a fish.
Damn, Lou, why didn't you tell us sooner?
Well, I wanted to make sure the movie made it over 90 minutes. It was either that or have this guy sing another song. I think I made the right decision. Meanwhile, Dr. Leopold goes to get the in-pit lady to be his mate. Come on, PG nudity, PG nudity. Damn it. Alright, well, maybe if I go over to this window I can see something. Eventually, he just quits playing around and kidnaps her. Alright, lady, prepare to get catfished. The other characters arrive too late to save her, although they probably would have gotten there a lot sooner if they didn't show every little stop they made along the way.
Well, she's not here.
One of us should have had enough sense to have stayed here with her.
We're not very good at this. Only one thing to do now, time to split up and try and find her. I knew this amphibious Power Wheels toy I got for Christmas was gonna come in handy someday. Jesus, even the frantic chase scenes in this movie are slow. Hey, come on, baby, you love being a catfish. All the pond scum you can eat. And when the spawning season comes, I promise to be a very generous lover. Well, there's about 15 minutes left. I wonder how they're gonna fill it. Oh, by showing them slowly walking through the doc's lab. I should have known. Oh wow, they even made it to the stairs too. I'm so glad they showed this. Well, it's just as we suspected. Apparently some sad loser injected himself with reanimator juice and turned into a fish. Considering this suit looks like it'd be right at home on an episode of the original Star Trek, I guess it's appropriate this movie got its fight choreography from the Kirk Gorn School of Mixed Monster Arts. So after killing the sheriff, Dr. Leopold goes to his lab to transform In-Pit Lady into his bride, and hey, wait a minute. How the hell did they get in here? Oh, okay, they went up the stairs. Okay, it's a good thing they showed that. Oh crap, he's about to dip her into his pool and I'm pretty sure it hasn't been cleaned in a while. Hopefully, whatever this guy's name is can save her. Damn, the black guy always dies first. Wait, that's not true. See, look, he's still alive. And he manages to pull In-Pit Lady out of the tank before she's transformed, because again, they can't afford another suit. Also, what happened to the other In-Pit guy? Hey, watch it, man! You'll damage the suit! In contrast to a lot of other monster movies, this one ends with Dr. Leopold actually escaping into the ocean. And even if she wasn't transformed, In-Pit Lady still appears to follow him out there to be his bride, so, happy ending? I guess? Okay, I just sat through one of the lowest rated movies on IMDB, but is it one of the worst ever made? Well, if you hate seeing people walk upstairs, it is. I can see why this movie is on lists of the worst ever made. It's badly made, it's got a schlocky premise that it takes way too seriously, it's repetitive and slow, and unlike a lot of other infamously bad movies, there aren't really any unintentionally hilarious scenes or quotable lines to be found. In other words, don't expect any oh hi Mark or oh my god moments here. And yet, it almost becomes bizarrely fascinating in its sheer tediousness. I can't quite explain it, but just when you think they can't possibly show the main character going up the stairs to his lab for the umpteenth time and then they end up doing it anyway, it almost becomes an artistic statement of avant-garde incompetence. Don't get me wrong, it's definitely bad, but out of all the movies I've done, I don't know that I'd call it the worst one. So there you go, one of the worst movies ever made. Kind of. I still say I've seen worse. Well, that's all for now. Until next time.